Hello, my sisters.
Hello.
Hello,
Good morning. Good
hello. Good morning.
afternoon.
Hi, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Y'all are
Good
here,
afternoon.
light and bright. Oh my God. Happy April.
Yes.
Happy spring.
Yes.
And happy Easter, guys. It's Easter week.
Yes, it is.
Yay, Peg. How you doing, Peg?
Girl, I'm just reflecting as a kid. I used to have to, well, not me, it was mostly my sister had to wear these black patent leather shoes,
Mm-hmm.
the can dresses.
Me
Mm-hmm.
too. Me
You
too.
remember those days?
I
The
definitely
best days ever. Like
I
that is
had
my favorite time. It's still my favorite time. Easter
yes.
Sunday and Monday. Like
Absolutely. It was all
Yeah.
good. Easter egg hunt. You
Yes.
Yes,
know,
yes.
you color your eggs, jelly beans. Although I don't really like jelly beans, so don't shoot me if I don't like jelly beans. I don't like the black ones. And I am black. I love black. All black. Don't forget.
But not the jelly beans, right?
I just didn't like the black jelly bean. I would pick those out every time.
They were the best ones.
I
Those are
know,
the ones that taste like
but
licorice.
no,
Yeah.
I don't like licorice. No, I didn't like anything
Yeah.
like that, guy. I wasn't even a chocolate ice cream lover. I just
what? You sound like my son.
Ooh.
My son does not like chocolate. Like everything has to be vanilla, lemon, or sherbet. No
Oh,
chocolate. I'm
I
like,
love
what?
chocolate.
only chocolate I like is German chocolate cake any day.
Ooh. Ooh.
Something
That's not
sweet.
chocolate.
It's not okay.
That's
Well,
coconut. But it's
it's
so good. I like German chocolate.
yeah. But I'm just saying, attitude, darling. Charlene, for certain. I call it mixing the D with the C, calling you darling with dark chocolate, right? But no, I just really love Easter time. I promise you, this is so. The weather is beautiful. The sun is out. And it's just so beautiful. April showers and April flowers and the
Yeah.
We
colors.
bring those Mayflowers, of course.
Of course. It's just such a beautiful thing that April brings to us. All the pastel colors. It's just
Yeah.
the energy that it brings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It reminds me of that saying. It's a, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a
Oh,
beautiful
what a beautiful
day.
day.
I'm feeling so beautiful. I feel like it's coming my way.
Everything
Yeah,
is
I feel
coming
like
my
my
way.
house is
I
hot. It's
remember
so
that
hot.
song.
What'd you say, Charlene?
I feel like the house is so hot. I'm like, it is so beautiful outside and it's hot inside the house. I'm like, I got to turn down the heat and turn on the air.
I know it's just this time because you look. I mean, the weather's a little fickle right now because we don't know it's 30 degrees, if it's 50 degrees, if
You
it's
know,
70 degrees. What's
in
going on?
April, I've actually
You see,
seen
I'm
it
not
too.
dressed for the spring. I'm more still into that cold winter feeling. So I'm still at the neck.
That's
I
me.
had the nerve to take my little knit hat downstairs, and yesterday I had to dig up the hat again to go to the store. I have in my little boots. It's like, oh my goodness, But in April, I've actually when we used to do our event,
Mhm.
hey, on April 1st, April 2nd, it was snow, rain, it was sleet, and
Wow.
the sun
Yes.
would come out all on the same day. I'll
Yeah,
never
I
forget.
know. I've seen it happen. I really have seen it
April
happen.
1st,
Actually, happen.
yes.
April 1st. Did anybody do any April
April
Fool
2nd,
jokes? I didn't do any April Fool jokes
I
this year.
didn't do it.
I didn't see anything to joke about. I just said,
Nothing
don't
funny.
be. Didn't see
We've
anything
been
funny.
fooled enough.
We've been fooled enough here.
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
why I say we got to just stay true and stay connected to what's really going on, because there's a lot going on. I feel like we've been on an emotional roller coaster ride,
Mm. Yes.
especially this week. What do y'all think?
Oh yeah, definitely for me every day. It's like I'm peeping at the news. I'm only peeping. I'm not going to look at it. And so I get little bits and pieces, and then I to turn on something else because I don't want to get back into that
But
love.
well, you turn
Yeah.
around and blink, something else major has happened, you know?
And it did.
And
It did happen.
What happened, Charlene?
Well, I actually was watching. I did peek at George Floyd's, trial.
Just a little bit.
I just got a little. I just needed a
Me
little
too.
bit, and that was important to me. So
Yeah.
I just needed a little bit of.
Prayer, 2020 really, we got to just pray, guys. We got to continue to stay prayerful.
Love
We have to be mindful and love one another and pray for families. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to things like this, we have to understand everybody's family is hurting. Anybody say what color you are, what your skin color, what nationality, your background, everyone is hurting.
Everyone is hurting.
Everyone is suffering.
Yes.
And so this is why we have to talk about these things. That
mental health. My goodness.
Next month, mental health.
I see Jamila. Hey, Jamila. She's on
mental health. We got to get her on.
Yes.
We're going to get another officer killed at the Capitol yesterday. See, this is why we have to stay connected. Even on our show, we're bringing you what we do to let you know that we care, that we want to let you know we're loving. We want to support. We have lovely sisters and brothers out there who's supporting us. We thank you guys, for always being here with us and sharing the news and supporting us. And let us know that we're in this thing together, guys.
Yes, we are.
You know what I'd like to ask, and we haven't done this before, but for the audience that's out there, can you please put in the chat what is happening in your town? Because we know Wyoming and sisters, we have people that are watching us from all over the country. We'd like to know what's happening in your town or your city, right, or your state that maybe we could, be aware of and continue to pray for and just be able to share the news. So thank you.
Yeah, please. I just want everybody to put in the chat right now, praying. Just say praying, because prayer goes a long ways.
Yes.
If you know your prayer is the key, it is the answer. God hears you. He sincerely hears us. This is why I know things are going to turn around. Don't be dismayed. Don't get off track. Don't get off focus. Stay focused to what is true. And in the end, we will see that God is still real in the midst of it all. So this is who
He's in control.
Listen, only and Linda, I know y'all know that song.
What?
That song, because in the end, you're gonna not that one.
Not that. What is it, Charlene?
Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now. You remember
Shout
that?
Now.
In the end, you're going to win. You remember that song?
Yeah. Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now. Because in the end, you're going to win. Ha! Come on now.
That was Linda's song right there. Go, Linda.
Yes.
Don't wait till the battle's over. Shout now.
Come on, because in the end, you're going to win.
Yeah.
Yes, I win. Come on, y'all. Don't stop me yet.
We're going to win.
God he's risen. Come on, guys.
He will rise tomorrow.
Risen.
Tomorrow is when he died.
That's right. Yes.
Come on now.
To pray. Yeah. Casey says she's praying.
Yes, let's pray. Come on, let's get this prayer line going.
Yes.
Let's not make a mistake here.
Mother Mary says she's praying.
She's a prayer warrior anyway. Hey, worry about that.
Jamila is praying.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Maria.
Let's not be fooled. This is the time we have to come together. Let's pray that there's going to be justice. Praying for justice. Come on, somebody say praying for justice.
Praying for justice.
Chauvin's trial.
There's not going to be any peace if there's no justice, no peace. That's
You
just bottom line. We should never be peaceful.
come
You
on.
know,
This is
I mean,
not.
we've got to have justice. We can't continue to let things happen. But it was a good testimony yesterday. I did look at that, and that was a good day yesterday. That little bit I did look at.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's too painful to watch the whole thing. But yeah,
Well, I just want
pray
to
for
say.
justice. That's the bottom line.
Well, yeah, but this is where we are right now. So let's continue to do that. I know we're going to win, and it's going to all be good. This is not George Floyd's trial. This is Derek.
That part.
Don't forget, right? Okay.
He's not on trial here.
He's not on
Let's
trial.
not get that twisted.
That's
Okay?
right.
So today, I'm just excited for our day. We have some awesome guests. I feel like I'm domestically abused because today is our domestic segment. I just feel like I'm domestic abused.
But civility is on attack. So it is you're right. You're right.
I'm abused.
Civility is attacked right now.
It's
Yes.
a lot. But
People are not
again,
being civil. They are going all out. Mental illness is all in. And we just have to kind of check ourselves on a regular basis and check on your family and friends.
yes, absolutely. Casey said, remember, God is in control. And yes, we are, He is, we are. God has given us what we need, power as well to do the things we need to do. So this is why we're here as sisters, to stay connected and be powerful. But again, I was saying today is our domestic violence segment day. We're going to be talking domestic violence today. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't love talking about this, but it's necessary. It's happening. It's still real. It's still going on, and we must talk about it. It's so much so until we're seeing it even as of now. I don't know if you saw this on television, that they're still going to fighting in the elevator again. A couple fighting in the elevator. A rap artist. Quavo, I think his name is Quavo, and the young lady name is Saweetie.
Who are they?
They're rap artists. They're
Oh.
national rap artists.
Wow.
And they showed on the news where he beat her, just like the same thing that the football player did, Baltimore Ravens. He beat the girl in the elevator, where he snatched her, threw her in the elevator, knocked her down. And, but my thing is they say they're sorry afterwards.
They always say that.
They always say, I'm sorry. And it's
sick.
like, come on.
They're not sorry, they're sick.
Yeah.
They're ill. They really have mental challenges. They are ill, and they need help. They need help.
So that's the main thing, getting help. And so we're here to discuss that today. We have two lovely sisters who are on the forefront. They're advocates for domestic violence. We have Jennifer Foxworthy. She's coming on. We love her. And she's been there with us definitely almost since day one. She's coming on. We have a new sister that's joining us today. Thanks to Kathy Muhammad. Yes, Kathy. She's good looking out.
Swag is in the house.
Yeah, swag is in the house. Kathy introduced us to this young lady, and her name is Jasmine Andrews. She's a filmmaker, and she's an advocate as well of domestic violence. All of her films are based on domestic violence. So today is the day that we will engage, we will enlighten, and hopefully empower someone out there so that we can move forward and so we can live and we can thrive and we can strive and do what we got to do, to just stay connected, guys. So yeah, but look, Peggy, we say what's going on. I know we have some birthdays and things like that, so we're going to get that out the way. Who's celebrating a birthday? Yay!
Let me tell you something. We have so many sisters' birthday in the month of April. We'll save it for next week. Okay? We'll do a serious shout out to them.
Yeah, because this is Aries. This is the season of Aries. So happy birthday. Anybody has celebrating birthday, just put it in the chat. Yeah, I think I see someone said their son was born on April Fool's Day out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me.
I know. You know what they said on the way to the hospital. I know this is not happening. This is an April Fool's joke.
This can't be real, right?
This can't be real. Not
happy
today.
birthday. Absolutely. But there is someone that I want us to say a birthday special to, and we're going to salute her today. But before we get to her, I want to salute our person, our woman, because last month was Women's History Month, but of course, every day, every month, we should acknowledge our women who we need to acknowledge, who definitely done great things and are doing great things. But this such woman, I want us to acknowledge today and salute her. I think she's really worthy, and this is Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Ooh.
Well, it's actually we want to salute her.
Oh, we salute. That's right.
Yeah, we're in our salute. Yes. I wanted to salute her because she was about women's, advocate.
It's still part of Women's History is every month. Okay.
Yes. Do we have her picture? I think we do. Just want to make sure. Yes.
Yeah, there she is.
Yes. We salute her still. May she rest in peace and power and in heaven. She did her work so well while she was on this earth. She definitely did a lot. I think, Linda, what do you have to say about Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Well, at the first of the year, I decided to get a calendar, and that was one of the calendars that I got, and was Ruth, Miss Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and you can't see it all, but I'm going to read you some words that she said every month for April, and it's so fitting. It says, "Yet what greater defeat could we suffer than to come to resemble the forces we oppose in their disrespect for human dignity?" Those were her words, and they were on time for April. Yes.
She was appointed.
Yeah, you check out her. She has a beautiful calendar, and it has all this beautiful artwork of I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Every month there's a picture of her. And of course, and a beautiful saying, and also giving some history on one of her cases that she won.
Hey, Linda, hold up that poster again, your calendar.
Yeah. Okay. For this, I'm gonna hold. This is the front of it. This is the front.
Oh, nice.
That is beautiful.
This is the front.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And this is the back. So you get
that is gorgeous.
Ooh, beautiful. Where'd you find that, Linda? That's beautiful.
I found it online. I found it on Amazon. I just happened to be looking, and I found it. And I just ordered it the first of the year. Yeah.
You always find the coolest stuff for us. You really do. Like, you are so amazing.
Thank you.
Speaking of what's going on, you all know that on April Fool's Day, Marvin Gaye, that was assassinated. I thought it was April Fool's for real. I remember so vividly. I was in my car, listening to the radio, and when it came on, I said, "Oh man, that was an April Fool's joke." I just knew it was. And then when they said it was real, I just stopped my car. I just started crying. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's play that little bit. Woo! What's going on?
Yeah, DC's on Marvin Gaye.
DC's on Marvin Gaye.
There's too many of you to cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get us started.
Don't get us started. Woo! Yes.
Come right. Don't get me started. Go.
On Marvin Gaye. It was also his birthday yesterday.
Yesterday.
Y'all know that?
Yes.
Well, Linda, that's where you and I met.
That's where
many years ago.
Yes, we had an organization called the which still exists, the African American Music Association.
Yes.
Marvin Gaye every year on his
Marvin Gaye Day. Yes.
Marvin Gaye Day, and Save the Children in memory of Marvin Gaye. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was an awesome brother. God knows his music's still timely. As it relates to what's going on, we are just still going through, but God knows we can relate to some old things and still remember some things that is coming our way.
Salim Hilton, he's been carrying it on, so I know there's something going on every single year, and it's about 30 years now.
So it's been a long time. So that's what's going on. What'd you say, Peg?
No, I said I wanted us to applaud this brother kept Marvin Gaye in the front of all of us.
Wow.
And I'm just so thankful that Linda and I, that's where Linda and I met. I know over almost 20 years, Linda, don't you think?
It's over 20 years. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Over 20 years ago we met. You were on our board. and you were taking and helping us with photos and everything.
Yeah.
Marvin. Yeah.
It's an awesome picture. Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
remember him singing the national
Yeah.
anthem at the football
Yeah.
game. Yeah, that was
So we
that.
also had a scholarship in memory of Marvin Gaye. So every year we would give a music scholarship to help a young
Sure
student
did.
going to college and who's going to major in music or the fine arts. So yeah.
Motown.
So salute to Celine wherever you are.
Yes, Celine.
Yeah, Celine Hill.
Ignatius,
Absolutely.
wherever we are.
So yes, so that's definitely a salute to the brother, that we cherish, we always cherish in our memories in our heart. But another salute and a birthday, a shout out, guys. I want to salute this woman because she is definitely worthy herself of us acknowledging her today. She has been an advocate of domestic violence, so much so that she has lived it. Her life has been such. Let's go to Dr. Unia Pettis.
Unia, yes.
Dr. Unia Pettis. We want to acknowledge you today. We want to say happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
You are
sis.
such an awesome woman. She was on our show when we were in the studio. Remember that picture?
Yes, I
Studio
remember
with that. And since then, even then, she had some health challenges, and she had gone through a lot. Even in
She's
her
a super. She's so good.
super woman. She's an advocate of domestic violence. She's a motivational speaker. She is an author. She's been doing so much in the community. We just wanted to acknowledge you, Dr. Unia, because you have been going through some things challenging, but God has kept you. Your faith has kept you strong. Ladies and gentlemen, she has battled cancer. She's definitely battled cancer. She's battled a stroke. All of this, I believe, that has created because she dealt so much in her domestic violence relationship, and to her body took a big toll. But she's been fighting for many years, and I want to get her back on the show at some point. She's still fighting, ladies. She's still fighting to stay here on this earth. And her faith, I'm telling you, this woman, if you don't know how to exercise your faith, she has exercised her faith.
Absolutely.
Because let's see this other picture. I think we had another picture. Absolutely.
Can I say something about her also?
Yes.
So me and her shared the same mentor, Dr. Ophil Dukes, has gone on to be with the Lord. She is one of the top PR people in the Washington, D.C. area. And she would be honorably for me. I didn't even know her then. I was still at North Carolina T and UNC Chapel Hill when I met the Ophil Dukes, as I was the president of the PRSA, which is the National Public Relations Society. And then I meet her to know that she actually wrote the book of Ophil Dukes. And I was like, oh my God, like we are so connected. Like this world is so small. But let me let you know, this woman is a woman of God. So when you hear us campaign or fundraising for her, please support her. Like again, she has one life, but I can promise you God has been keeping her, like she said, has like 9 lives. I love
it. Really does. She does. And so we salute you, Dr. Unia. We want to let you know we're praying for you, definitely. Because it's your birthday and no one has asked us to do this, but because it's Dante, you have the other photo. Because
it's her birthday.
It's her birthday coming up.
Oh, we got something.
And we want to bless her, ladies and gentlemen. We want to bless you, Nia. It's not just because no one else, that we don't want to acknowledge, but this lady right here,
she deserves it.
She definitely deserves it. She's been in the hospital. In and out. I'm talking in and out of the hospital. For years. Battling her cancer.
Yes.
And the thing of it is that beautiful woman. And so here's the situation, guys. Because we want to bless her, we want to put her Cash App up. Anybody that want to put her in pay with Dante, putting her picture up. We need to get
some love and dollars. Some love and some dollars. Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta put her Cash App up. Do we have her Cash App, Peg?
No, I don't have it in front of me. I thought Dante had it.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm gonna try to.
We're gonna put it up. But we're going to send her.
I'm going to ask all my sorority sisters from Gamma Phi Delta I'm going to send this to all my sisters. Sora, she's a Sora. of Gamma Phi Delta. So
Big Dante get in.
I'm gonna send it out with love, y'all. Send us some
Yes,
dollars.
yes.
Birthday love. Birthday love.
We'll get the Cash App up, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Very
Just
sure.
hold on 1 second.
She deserves it. She didn't ask us, but
No.
because she has been having some financial hardship because
Yes.
she's in and out of the hospital. She's unable to pay most of her bills. She's by herself for the most part, and so we just want to be a blessing. So we're going to put there's the Cash App right there.
Did we get it? Oh,
Yeah, it's right
okay,
there.
cool.
Yep.
Cool. Let us be the first partakers.
Yeah. Take the
And
image down.
why
Take
can I
that
say
image
this?
down. Yeah, and while you take that image down, we need the other one up, Peg. Okay.
Which one is that? Dante has it.
Yeah.
I want to.
Hey, why I also want to be able to have the sisters in our organization send a collective contribution to her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I will talk to everyone on our meeting we have a meeting on Monday, which is our Sister Circle Business Meetup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I will ask for a contribution as well.
Okay.
Okay.
He needs you to take that one
Wonderful.
down so he could put the other one up.
Did we post it in the
Yeah.
chat box? Her because it's not coming up. It's not coming up.
Yeah, so that's that. Happy birthday, Dr. Unia. May you continue to be blessed and live healthy. Definitely live healthy. I wanted us to show that other pic of her so you all can really see her pic, the other photo that she has that before we move on. In the meantime, we're going to do our hot picks and then we'll come back.
Yay.
Let's do our hot picks.
Okay.
Okay. Peg, let's show our hot picks. Okay. We can't hear you, babe.
Let me tell you, the month of April is hot as it could ever be. I'm going to run through these hot picks, but you will be able to find this information if you go to our website, the number 4, sistersnetwork.org. This is an event that's going on today. It's a virtual open house. It is scheduled for the day from 1 to 3 p.m. If you are a business owner or want to know how to start a business, this is the place to be. Next, if you don't know Boyce Watkins, my guys, please tap into this one. This is going to be April the 6th.
Look at Linda. She's like, where you get that from? She's like, she's always in the no pick. She's like, wait a minute, I didn't know that.
This is April the 6th. The website is there. There's the realmoneycoach.com. This is Linda's main man, okay? Her main man. Tap into that.
Yes.
Next slide.
Main educator. Yes, he is.
Please join us, the Christian Business Institute or ministry at First Baptist Church of Glen Arden, Friday, April the 9th at 7 o'clock. Check our website. Next. Keep it moving. It's a virtual women's ministry panel discussion. One of our sisters, Jamila Woods, is helping to facilitate this, and this is scheduled for Thursday, April the 15th. Check our website. Next. Second Chance Community Walk. This is April the 18th, Fairwood Community Park. Check our website for more details. Next. I told you guys it's hot. It's hot. The first annual Wealth Summit, April the 24th. This is our mentor, Dr. George C. Frazier, Les Brown, Megan Lynch, Eugene Mitchell. You need to be in the room. Check our website for more details. Next. This is one of our good friends, Walla Bagay, Prince George's County District 6 Roundtable. This is where you need to be in the room. Truly, truly, trust me. Check our website for more details. Next, Black and Brown Male Educator Fair that's coming up. Guys, please support our men. This is April the 29th on a Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. You must RSVP. Next. Now, this is where we really need some support. This is what we're talking about today, domestic violence. This is a virtual 5K walk. This is put on by the Zontas. My sisters, we need to support and represent. Check our website for more details. Thanks, Dante.
There she is. I did not want us to pass Dr. Unia up at her other photos. Ladies and gentlemen, you see Dr. Unia. She is a lovely sister. And this is the face of Dr. Unia Pettis. Yes. So again, we have her Cash App up. I think it's in the chat, maybe in the comments. But let's bless her, and she will truly appreciate it. Trust me, she really will. So Peggy, we know that we're talking about domestic violence. Dr. Unia has such a compelling story until it would just make you cry. When I met her through this next lady who we're going to be presenting now, who's Jennifer Foxworthy. Jennifer Foxworthy is going to come in and she's going to share with us a few things during our Power 10 segment. And I met Dr. Unia through her. And when Dr. Unia was on the panel discussing and showing and telling her story, I sat there in awe, my mouth dropped. I had to go to her and I said to her, your actual story, everyone in the world needs to hear it. Mm-hmm. Because you have survived that. Amazing. So I just want you all to know that we are going to have her on one day on our show. But for now, this is the lady responsible for me being introduced to Dr. Pettis. And this is Jennifer Foxworthy. Where's Jennifer Foxworthy?
Let's bring her in.
Hi. Hi.
Good to see you,
ladies.
How art thou?
Again.
I'm wonderful. Thank you, as always, for blessing me to be in your presence and holding space.
We love you for being here. Every time we call, you say yes. And so we appreciate you so much, Jennifer. We want you to just let everyone know who you are and give us some words and thoughts about Power 10 today.
My name is Jennifer Foxworthy. I am the founder and CEO of Unstoppable You Ministries and Inspirationally Speaking LLC. It is my desire to educate and empower people on domestic violence, human trafficking, and the homeless. That's who I desire to reach, and that's through Unstoppable You Ministries. And so I'm blessed to give the top 10. And there were so many aspects dealing with domestic violence that I could have spoke on, but I'm going to speak on that it starts in the home and then end up in the transition to how to heal if you find yourself as a victim, as a survivor. So again, it starts in the home. And I understand you all talked about the gentleman or the rapper in the elevator, what was caught out there in the national. It definitely it's a mental issue, but it stems from the home. So when our young boys are not given healthy examples, and that's actually tip number one. Moms, dads, guardians, caretakers, set healthy examples for the children in the home, in and around your neighborhood. You have no idea who's watching, and the presence that you give in that healthy example can just touch generations. And when I say healthy examples, that goes in various ways, but communication. How do we communicate with one another? So number two is don't excuse bad behaviors. And I mean, when a little boy pulls a little girl's hair or knocks her books out of her hand or pushes her down and bruises her knee. I know when I was growing up, people would say, baby, that's just a love tap. He loves you. He likes you. But what we're doing is we're giving an excuse to bad behaviors. We can't do that, because now you have told that boy that it is okay to put his hands on a little girl and commit violence towards her. And what you have told that little girl is that this is how love is shown. So we have a great responsibility in and out our homes, everyone, no matter what you look like. Tip number 3, build up, not tear down. That means name calling. Or I was in the post office a couple months ago. Unfortunately, it was an African American woman, and she had 2 young African American boys. And she was just, I'll F you up and I'll punch you in your face. And this is in front of everyone. And my heart just broke, because those young black boys are hearing their mother talk down to them. So when we say you're just like your father, or you're just like your mother, or you're never going to be anything, words we speak penetrate the heart and the mind. So when we speak down to our beautiful boys and girls, it affects their self-esteem. So that's number 3, build up, not tear down. What's in your words? Number 4, healthy boundaries. Let your no be no, your yes be yes. Unfortunately, you have people who are narcissistic or who will try to overstep boundaries. When you give them an inch, they take a mile. So I encourage people, set healthy boundaries for yourself and for others. If that means try not to overeat, just your overall wellness. What boundaries are you setting for yourself? We set the example for how other people will treat us. And if people touch us in a way that we don't want to be touched, we let them know. And we try not to put ourselves in situations that will perpetrate these situations. So again, healthy boundaries. Number 5, self-esteem. I know for me, having low self-esteem was the pathway to self-destructive behaviors. So again, self-esteem is critical. If we don't think that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, because there are people out there who are going to talk down to us, not believe in us, and everything else. But it's about, what did God say? He said that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Number 6, this now bleeds into healing. If you find yourself part of the statistics of 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men who will find themselves in an abusive relationship in their lifetime, healing is key. We can no longer afford to suppress what we have experienced. So I know I've recognized there was a 3-phase journey. The first one, when I got out of my relationship, because I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, I had to recognize what I was in, because denial feeds dysfunction. So recognize what you were in. Yes, I was in an abusive relationship. Okay, stop suppressing. The next tip, number 7, so that was number 6. Number 7 is restore your broken soul. That means you may have to go to counseling, therapy, support groups, talk to a friend, whatever it is, get the help that you need. For me, every time I woke up, I looked in the mirror and I said, Jennifer, you are beautiful. Jennifer, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Jennifer, you are worthy of love. Because for 5.5 years and beyond, my self-esteem, my confidence was non-existent. So I had to restore my broken soul. And then number 8 is forgive. It took a while, but forgiving is so essential. It's not always for the abuser, it is for yourself and those that you care about that are around you. Nelson Mandela has a quote that resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it kills your enemy. At some point, we have to stop drinking the poison and forgive. That's number 8. Number 9 is having a sense of self-awareness. Prevent future toxic relationships with yourself and with others. Because when we are in an abusive relationship, and if you happen to have children, the children are looking at mom or dad. Why are they so bitter? Why do they snap at me? Why do they isolate themselves? See, we may not even realize what we are doing, but other people on the outside looking in, they're seeing our behaviors, and we think that we're functioning just fine, and we truly are not. We're broken. So self-awareness is key. That's number 9. Again, in order to heal, it is essential to every relationship that you have. And number 10, and this is so critical, it's self-care. Self-care. That means giving yourself a hug, loving on yourself, taking walks, spending time with God and being in His Word, taking bubble baths, just whatever it is, painting, whatever it is, take that self-care. Don't burn yourself out thinking you have to be Wonder Woman. We go wrong when we have that type of mindset. So again, number 1 was healthy examples for the children. Number 2, don't excuse bad behaviors. Number 3, build up, not tear down. Number 4, create healthy boundaries with self and others. Number 5 is self-esteem. Number 6 is in the healing realm of recognizing what you were in, if you were a victim and survivor. Number 7, restore your broken soul. Number 8, forgive yourself and others. Number 9, having a sense of self-awareness. And number 10, self-care. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. That is so awesome. Well taken, well spoken. I hope people are taking notes because everything you mentioned is so true. The one that I take away from is, to get out of and stay out of, don't get into toxic relationships, because so many of us have gone into toxic relationships. And that is something that you may or may not survive. So there are some signs, there are some red flags that let you know when you are in such a toxic relationship. And I want you to stay here, Jennifer, because we're going to go into a conversation with our next guest. And then we have, ladies and gentlemen, we have a clip that we want you to see, very short, because to let you know this is still real. You can start setting it up, Dante, and Peg is going to talk about it. Let's bring in Jasmine Andrews because she's a filmmaker. She's also an advocate of domestic violence. She's been on the forefront as well, doing her thing. But before we do that, we're going to show one such piece right now, and let's all mute so that we can be able to see this quickly.
Control. You have the control, Your Honor. I know that you will impart and be fair in this case, and I thank you for your time.
Remind you to keep the courtroom decorum, please. Defense,
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Mason can address the court, Your Honor.
you may.
Thank you, Your Honor. I can't begin to say or articulate how sorry I am about all the pain that I've caused. And I'm aware of it. Aisha was a beautiful person, and the world certainly is a better place with her in it. Also want to and ask for forgiveness.
Yes. So this is, we want you all to see just a little bit of this. Peggy, do you want to speak on this? Because this is not just a film. This is not what Jasmine Andrews filmed. We're going to get to that. This is a real court situation that happened not too long ago. And Peggy, can you unmute and just talk about that, please?
Yeah, why? My sister Yashi sent this to me. You never know who's watching. And my sister sent me this clip, and actually the clip was somebody that I knew. When it gets close to home, it really, really touches you. This young lady was amazing in her community, and her husband was a judge. So my point here is that you don't have to be the average Joe on the corner to be involved in domestic violence. This guy actually killed his wife.
And a judge, mind you.
A judge in front of his kids.
Yes.
In front of his kids, his two daughters. And I just wanted y'all to see this scene. When my sister sent it to me, it just blew me away because I actually knew his wife. And to see that he actually, in return, got 35 years in prison. 35 years. And this was a judge. So I'm just saying to you, it comes in all colors and shades. And even go back, and we talked about Marvin Gaye just most recently. Marvin was in the middle of his mother and father in a domestic violence arena that took his life, and he's no longer with us.
Yes, that's how he passed away. He was killed by his own father.
His own father.
And so we see this happening, Peggy, every day. We may not know of all cases, but just know that it's happening. Jasmine, you're a filmmaker. Thank you for coming. Thanks for being on our show. Your films primarily speak on domestic violence. Can you let us know the reason why you decided to go into being a filmmaker and make films on domestic violence?
Well, I always just like making film. I love films. I like the original Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and it was just something that I enjoyed doing. But as I had more life experience in talking to women, I just started kind of getting bombarded almost with them telling their stories and telling stuff that has happened to them. And it started to affect the way I was writing, and it changed some of the topics that I was covering. And I just started to make films about domestic violence because I believed it was a story that needed to be told, and it was not getting enough of a platform as in the media.
Yeah, I understand that. Now, I just want to ask you personally, were you ever involved in a domestic abuse relationship?
Well, growing up, it was a difficult experience with a lot of what I went through growing up. So, yes.
Yeah, I understand that. I watched a couple of your films that you sent me, and I think they were just so awesome. You have some short films, and you have a few other films that that you have made, and they all dealing with domestic abuse. You're dealing with relationships. You're dealing with children. You have films that's just dealing with family. You didn't stick with one nationality. You showed from all sides, you know, as it relates to relationships and how children are affected. Because this month actually is April is at Sexual Assault Month as well. It is Child Preventive Abuse Month. And this is when Jennifer talked about taking care of our children. Our children are watching what we're doing in these relationships, and then they can become, you know, what they inherit into their lives. So I see that you also talked about that in your films. Peggy, anyone have a question for her because she's done such a yeoman's job as a filmmaker. We can't hear you, Linda.
A guest. Thank you for being our guest. And I just want to ask you, what caused you, or what made you decide to make films on domestic violence? Or, showing domestic violence and how it happens in our everyday life.
Right. People tend to believe what they see. And since domestic violence occurs oftentimes behind closed doors, people are not necessarily aware, or they think that this is something women say to get an edge in court, or they are saying it out of revenge for their ex-spouse or ex-relationship. So I wanted to show it, and I wanted to show it in a way that was not done as in the media, where it's very exaggerated, where the guy goes crazy immediately. Sometimes it can be very subtle, and you could be in a relationship with somebody for a couple of years before that side of them even comes out, because the abusers are very good at hiding that side of themselves.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that is so true.
Jasmine, what can people do to stop sexual assault and domestic violence?
There is a lot that people can do to stop sexual assault and domestic violence, but I think one thing that would be really helpful is there needs to be more administrative action over reports from human resources, or when it's told to you in any format, because there are a lot of well-meaning, but I would say ineffective means for prevention, because when a rapist rapes a woman, he's not raping because he lacks education on it, or because he needs to hear something from a social justice warrior. He rapes because he enjoys it. It's not a communication barrier. It's not because he didn't understand it. No means no. He actually knew it meant no, and he liked the power of the situation to override that. So in terms of prevention, a lot of times there's a connection between violence against women and even other violent acts in societies. Like you look at the records of even a mass shooter, and then you see that there were reports of him groping some women. And perhaps if they were taken more seriously when the women reported these, what they call minor incidents, that it could prevent other crimes. So the biggest thing is to understand that it's not communication. It's not because the person lacks education or need to take a women's lib course. It's because they enjoy doing it, and there needs to be more corrective, even punishment action towards these behaviors when they come up.
Yes.
Jasmine, I saw one of your films, and one of them was speaking on a topic that we discussed last month on our domestic violence platform. It was about domestic violence in the church, in the faith base. And you have a film that speaks on that, how preachers really talking about it from the pulpit, but them themselves are abusing their wives.
Right.
And that's something that I was really struck by. I was like, oh my goodness, this is really real. For you to come and say this, it happens. And I applaud you for even bringing it out, because so many people feel like they can go to church and that all is well. But a lot of times it's not, because when they go home, they're going back home to an abusive spouse. And you just came from church. You just said your hallelujah. You just prayed. You just shouted. You just felt like you needed to give God what he needed to and what he deserved. But when you walk out, you're like, oh my God, I got to go home to that. And a lot of women, and maybe some men, but women are feared to even leave there to go home.
That's right.
Because of what they're going to face. And then the children are there. Then there are men who feel in the pulpit, they believe in that scripture that talks about women being submissive to their husbands. And a lot of times that is talking about sexual assault. You cannot be an abusive man in a relationship, be a Christian, be a pastor, preacher, teacher, abuse your wife and expect for her to have sex with you. That's not going to work. And we have to have these real conversations, because that is abuse. Sexual abuse, as we know, is one of the 5 areas. Physical, emotional, financial, emotional, all of that plays a part. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're in a relationship and you want to get out, because there are ways that you know that even your church may not help you. There are other community organizations that can help you. There's also a hotline number. We want to put that up as well, which is the 800 number 799, I believe, SAFE, SAFE. If you know someone that's being abused domestically, if you know someone is being beaten and hurt, please just don't sit there and turn your head. Don't turn a deaf ear. Call and get help for them. because a lot of times women don't know who to go to. They don't know what to do. So there is a hotline number that we're scrolling here that we would like for you all to, of course, take note. Jasmine also has, her film is called Preaching Domestic Violence. Go on her website, check out the rest of her films. Jasmine is also having a film debut, her premiere of her next film called Natalie's Abortion. That's next weekend, I believe, on the 11th. Is that right, Jasmine?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see that a little bit of that, Dante, and you could tell us what that's about while we're preparing to see this.
Right. Natalie's Abortion is about a woman who was sexually assaulted by a masked man, unsure of his identity. Her husband, she becomes pregnant and unsure of the fraternity. Her husband pressures her to get an abortion, and she's left to deal with the emotional aftermath.
Wow. Let's see a little bit of that, Dante.
I'm pregnant.
Is it ours?
It could be.
It might not. I think we should get rid of that shit.
Planned Parenthood was founded by a racist white woman named Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger had promoted the birth control project as a way to eliminate those she considered to be inferior races. How can Black Lives Matter when politicians support abortion as an institution that eliminates 38% of Black people in the womb?
But you have to consider, what if a woman gets raped?
I mean, why should a baby suffer the consequences because of the sins of the father?
Should the seed of the wicked go forward?
Nothing to consider. Look, life is life, and murder is murder.
You know how those people feel about it. You can't change their mind.
Where's my voice in all of this?
Our very own Governor of Virginia, approves of 9-month abortions where the baby will be delivered only then to be terminated. Yet this governor, who wore blackface, I will mandate a piece of parliament, claiming he wants to save lives. But this governor, blackface, will advocate for aborting a live baby after it's born.
You made the decision so quickly, and we just didn't consider.
Did you really want to make a baby?
I hate you! I saw somebody outside my house last night. He knows where I work, okay? He can come to my house. He's out there.
Wow. And Natalie, your film, ladies and gentlemen, this is a premiere of her film that she will be premiering on the 11th. So can you tell us how they can be a part of supporting you, Natalie, before we leave? We got 30 seconds.
Right. Natalie's Abortion is going to premiere at the Fort Monroe Theater, which is in Hampton, on April the 11th. Doors open at 2:30. Premiere starts at 3. You can get tickets on Eventbrite, and if you cannot come in person, it's also going to premiere on Amazon Prime, so you can watch Natalie's Abortion on Amazon Prime on April the 11th.
Wow, so powerful. Thank you so much. Jennifer, as always, we appreciate you coming on. We love you as well. Ladies, just support our sister. She, as you know, that she's a sister, and let's support her. Give them that information in the chat to type in there so they can go and support you on your film and other films and your website so they can visit and watch your other films as well. We appreciate you because there are not many Black women who are doing films. There are not many women who are filmmakers. So we applaud you and we salute you today for that. Ooh, this has been a great day. Look, last week you all know we had some women to win. Last week we had some women that won a prize. We want to call them out because this week we're going to do another film. I got films on my mind. Hey, we may get someone to win. I said that, so
Maybe they can win a ticket. Yeah,
let's put their name and I'll pay for the film because I said it. I'll pay for it. So you put in the chat. I want to go, and it's the $ S4SN business pop up. That's what you have to type in though. $ 4SN business pop-up. I'll pay for you being able to go see Jasmine's film, since I said that. But the ladies who won last week, well, let's say that there was Zavita Banks, Cynthia Green won, Marion Thomas won, and Letitia Smith won. Woo, woo, woo. So we have 3 more people that can win something else. And what would that be, Peg? Quickly.
They're going to have the opportunity to win a sister pass for our next upcoming event, which is scheduled Sunday, April the 18th at 3:00 p.m.
Woo! So, ladies, again, we need ladies. First 4 ladies come in and they put in the chat $ S4SN business pop up. Is it $ or hashtag?
Hashtag.
It's hashtag. Hashtag. Now I ain't gonna pay for it.
I was gonna let you flow with it.
I'm not gonna pay.
I said maybe you know something I don't know.
No, it is. It is hashtag, not $ because of the Cash App we're doing for Dr. Pettis. But the hashtag S4NS business pop up. Hashtag S4N business pop up. Yes.
What time is it?
It's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity. Love you all for supporting us. We'll see you next week.
Dr. Lane next week.
Dr. Lane next week. Yes.
Dr. Lane's next week. Dr. Lane Rolling and Helen Jenkins. We'll talk about diabetes. So make sure you tell your family to check in Health and Wellness Saturday.
Yes. Bye-bye.
See ya.
It's not the answer.